I had to bring you in first when I saw you jamming.
Dude, I jam so much to that music, man.
I love it, man. What's going on, dudes? Good to be here, man. My man Sam Fett first in the building, bro. Dude, so happy to be here, man.
Same. Station, everybody.
Been a station. 69 dudes.
69 dudes.
Yeah, I caught the show right at the end last night, dude. I still like I'm gonna have to take another migraine medicine after the show, bro. I already know it. So I don't know what the hell, bro. Like sometimes the small ones are the worst, bro. Like I don't know why. I'll take my migraine medicine and it's like, dude, it should kick it right out and it still won't go away, bro. Like I hate it.
Bro, I hate it for you, man. I feel blessed that I don't deal with that typically. So I do.
It's my curse in life, bro. It really
instead my dick just randomly falls off.
Well, I might take that over that. At least you could pop that puppy back on. But dude, thanks for everyone showing up, man. We got the usual suspects in the house. Let's see. But yo, how are we? How are we doing this week, Robbie?
Man, it's been a week. You know, my shop still hasn't gotten their comic books for this. Wow. We haven't gotten our diamond shipment at all. Like, still.
You got them.
We still haven't gotten them, man.
Bro, that's crazy.
It's been a week, you know, and like the winter weather hit near me, but it didn't hit us. Yeah. So like everything's like business as usual, except for just no comics. But it's been a week, you know, if friends of ours are out of power and they're dealing with some time. So, you know, everybody stay warm, be safe. And read comics and watch horror films.
Ain't that the truth, man? I saw, like, down in Texas, some guy died, frozen to death.
Oh, yeah. They had many people die.
Yeah.
There's this one dude that died because his power was out, and so he couldn't, like, charge his oxygen tank or something. And it's just a lot of tragedy. I just talked to my friends. They do this podcast called Geeks Unleashed. And Jasmine, she lives in Houston. And she actually had to go to a different place so that she could continue working. And yeah, man, I mean, it's a real thing. They're still struggling out there. And, you know, our friends Bueller and Bob and Sam and them, Damien, I'm sure they all were without power for a while too, man.
Yeah,
so it's crazy.
Like a week, I thought. Yeah, and the thing is, though, like people down in Houston and Texas, they're not used to that type of weather. So to them, it'd been shit because it got down to like 2 degrees, maybe 0 out my way.
That's so
cool. We're out power, man. That would have been bad, bro.
Bro, I'll tell you what, man. In Alabama, like an inch of snow shuts things down because we're not prepared for it. You know, we don't have the plows, we don't have snow tires. People don't know how to drive in it. Like it causes me so in my town, what was it? It's Tuesday morning. Like there was a freeze. There was a hard freeze. And so like I had to go to work late. Right. But like it did eventually calm down. But one of the highways leading into the town had a 20-car pileup that morning. And so that's why down here in Alabama, Texas, Mississippi, and Oklahoma and whatnot, like when this shit happens, we're like, huh? It's like if it's like 100 degrees up in Ohio, you'd probably be like, what the hell's going on? Dude, bro, we're used to that. But, exactly. The opposite.
That's what I'm saying. So the snow for you guys, that's what Perry, like, when, because he's down in Florida, so I'll be like, dude, I'm dying. It's cold as hell out here. And to him, a cold day is like 70 degrees. I'm like, bro, come on. Don't even talk. Don't even talk about it, bro. But
don't worry, they got hurricanes. California's the same way, but they got earthquakes. So we all got to deal with our things in our region, right?
It's crazy, man. And I just hope everyone's out there staying safe, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
we just get a lot of tornadoes here. In fact, we're probably about a month, 2 months away from tornado season. So it's time to watch out.
That'd be scary, bro. That's one good thing I've always liked about Ohio, that it's, kind of away from all that. We get some shitty snow, but
yeah,
none of that. So that's always been really good. But man, I pray for all y'all, man. Y'all stay close, stay huddled up with your loved ones, man, and keep warm. It's crazy out here, man. It's just crazy, period. And then shit like that, man. It just keeps adding, man. So
shit, never ending.
Oh man, oh dude, best intro on YouTube. You are so kind, Cinema. That is my boy Robbie right there, and as you see, he adds to it every week. I can't wait. Actually, I want to start, because I know, right, I almost want to do a poll, but since I ain't 1K, you can't really do a poll. But
I can do a poll for you in the PCP Army.
I'm thinking of like changing the name. Maybe as I said, as you see, the Dylan's Horror Show, maybe just full time, because I haven't done much comic stuff. I'm gonna still do like the monthly show with you guys.
Well, the beautiful thing is, Dylan, you can still do comic book content as Dylan's Horror Show. And just
I can do a lot of horror stuff too, which is what I love to read.
Exactly.
But
maybe one day we'll do a second show. Like an hour long, 30 minutes to an hour long weekly, This Week in Horror Comics or something like that. Yeah. Who knows?
See, the thing is, why? Because I want to maybe try and bring some horror. Like, I feel like horror fans that maybe aren't into comics, they'll see that the name might throw them off or something. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But
I am in support of you changing your channel name to Dylan's Horror Show, 100%. Especially since I came up with that. So I think that would be cool.
And I love it.
And you would owe me 25 cents for every subscriber you get, by the way.
The only thing I screwed up, man, my URL is like Dylan's Comics. So I should have.
Nobody cares about that anyway.
Yeah, true that. What was I gonna say? So now you've seen Victor Crowley. You understand what I mean? We're chilling with
Dylan. Yeah, we chilling with Dylan. Chill with Dylan. Watching movies with the killins, and we feeling for the villains because we chilling with Dylan. Yeah, I got a podcast. It's called Chilling with Dylan. I love it. Yeah. I totally. When that happened, I laughed so fucking hard, dude. No lie.
Dude, I love it. I'm so glad you know it. I mean, oh, my man Holshoe is in the building.
Hammer time.
Dude, Scream was definitely gonna make my list, but it's too easy for me. And I wanted to do other stuff, dude. I tell you,
Scream's on my list, man. I can't do a 90's horror episode without mentioning Scream. So Scream's on my list, John. My Power Ranger toys are safe.
I knew you would, so that's why I left it for you. But I'll tell you, man, this was a pretty easy list for me, man.
Yeah, me too.
The hardest were like the last 2 years. 98 and 99 were the two hardest for me, honestly. Maybe 97 or 96. But
the hardest year for me was 98.
98, mine too.
And that's my tie. That's my tie.
Dude,
that's my one tie.
I just picked mine. I just picked mine, bro.
Nice.
Hey. Yo, Affleck, you was the bomb in Phantom, Joe.
He was, man.
Yeah, that's a good 98 one. But yeah, man. I love that. Dave Sheridan's like, I was watching a commentary for Victor Crowley this week, and he said Adam Green's like, dude, you need to start a YouTube page, chilling with Dylan. And I was like, nope, I'm doing it. But Adam Green, you're gonna find my channel now.
He'll probably definitely find it next week.
Right.
At some point.
Well, I didn't know if you were gonna be ready next week or the week after. If not, we can do it the week after.
But the week after is March, and we got some plans for March Madness, right? But I think I'm ready. I think I still gotta watch Frozen, Spiral, Chillerama, and there was something else. Digging Up the Marrow. I still have to watch those.
Yeah.
But I think I can do that this week, because tomorrow morning is my Sunday morning movie time with the cat, where I get stoned and watch a movie in bed before I even get dressed.
Scarpad's been doing the same. He's told me. What's up, TSG?
Station everybody.
That'll be cool, because I wasn't sure, but so either way, we're gonna have to push something back, because I think Prince of Darkness was after Adam Green.
Well, do you remember we talked about how we should do Prince of Darkness the night after we do In the Mouth of Madness for March Madness, because it would be a John Carpenter double feature.
Yeah.
And we talked about how After the Cell would be a good time to do the Psycho franchise, and we talked about Texas Chainsaw Massacre on our channel, the poll winner, and doing part 2 on your channel the next night.
I haven't changed the stuff around, so that's why I'm still like.
I'll send you a message so that you have it in front of you in words.
I know, like the one. I know the March Madness ones. I just haven't like lined them up, because I have it as the 12 that we did. You know what I'm saying? I just have it like that. So, Dylan.
No, I'm ready for Adam Green tomorrow or next week, but tonight it's 90s horror.
Yes, sir. 90s horror. Sorry. Good to see you, Mike. And thank you for the overlay. If I'm not sure if that was you or Robbie, but either way,
he did the logo. I created the overlay. By the way, Mike creates all of the thumbnails for Dylan's Horror.
So shout out my boy Mike Zero. That's the main man right there, cooking up the fire and thumbnails. Man, I love that picture he did of you the other day. That was dope.
Yeah, and that was just test shit. That was just him being like, I need somebody to stand here, because he had a photo shoot. And he was like, I need somebody to be a test. And I was just like, man, my beard looks like shit because I'm wearing this mask. But whatever.
Tomorrow's right, man. There's no ties in the Dylan's Horror Show. They're only double features.
Well, maybe for Dylan, but I mean, I'm going to tell you what. At Pop Culture Philosophers, we call it like it fucking is, and that's a tie. No, we call them double features here. You're right. My bad.
Yeah, Scream's a classic. Scream is a classic. So you had a little news, I guess, this week with those 2 new trailers.
Yes.
You want to talk about those, Robbie?
Well, so the first one I want to talk about is, and once again, these get mentioned tomorrow morning on the weekly pop culture wrap up, but there's a movie called The Stylist, and it's from Arrow. And Arrow does some banging ass Blu-rays of horror films. Me and Dylan both got the Reanimators. For instance, I want to get those Hellraisers. But they're doing this movie. This was a critical darling at the festivals last year or whatever. It's called The Stylist. It's about a hairstylist who gets fascinated with her clients and then eventually scalps them and wears their hair. But it's supposed to be really poignant and nuanced. And I thought it looked amazing. And then there's a trailer for a Shudder movie coming out. And both of these movies come out in the next couple weeks. And I didn't know this, but Arrow has a streaming service. And you can unlock a whole month free trial. So definitely worth it checking it out. The other one is Lucky. And it's about this chick who moves in with this dude. Maybe they're married or something. I don't know. But a serial killer shows up. And this dude in the mask is outside of her house. And in the trailer, she goes, honey, there's somebody outside. He goes, oh, yeah, that's just the guy that comes here every night and tries to kill us. Like, he says it so nonchalantly. And literally, it's almost like Groundhog's Day for this dude. But time keeps going for them. But, it keeps getting intense and intense in the trailer. And it's like, even if they kill and mutilate this dude, he just comes back the next night. And both of those trailers, The Stylist and Lucky, look amazing.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, definitely check them out. I actually think the Lucky comes out in a few days on Shudder, because they're kind of like Netflix in a way. where they'll drop a trailer and then it comes out that same week a lot of times. So I recommend.
I got the dates. Lucky is March 4th, and the Stylist is March 1st.
Oh, okay. There you go. So not within the next like week and a half. But I recommend, man, if you guys got the extra $6, check Shudder out because they're putting out some good stuff on there. And a lot of people say, man, that there's not a lot of good horror coming out. And I honestly would say that's not really true. You just gotta look for it. You gotta look for it. You know what I'm saying? And Shudder is the best place to start, I'd say. But I'd say James Morris. I played a lot of horror games growing up. I got the Friday the 13th game for my Xbox, and that shit is awesome. I mean, I grew up playing Resident Evil, Devil May Cry. I played a bunch of horror games, but wish there was more. I tell you that. I wish there was more.
Bro, I got Friday the 13th as well on Nintendo. It's dope. It's dope. I haven't beat it yet, but it's dope. I've spent 30 years. I haven't beat it yet, but
they got a new one. They got a new Friday game.
I'm sure it's the same one. This is just the NES one. No, I know. It's just the
I was gonna say
it's just an 8-bit.
Oh yeah, they're totally the same. Totally the same. Jay Strick is in the house, dude. Where have you been, brother? I fucking miss you, bro. Get an IG, bro, so you can message me at least from time to time.
He told me he left IG so that you would stop bothering him.
Dude, I need you to check in, homie. Check in.
You know, I'm just going to tell you this. Jay Strick is ready to be on the show. You know, we were planning to do a show with him. He's ready. And I'm just going to tell you this. I don't know what his plans are, but this morning, Jay Strick messaged me and he was like, just watched Hatchet, bro. That was awesome.
Yes. God. Yeah, and he was giving me shit about Hatchet the other day.
He's been giving me shit about it, man.
Has he? Dude, well, welcome to the club, Jay Strick. And that was part of my evil plan. I got both of you suckers. Gotcha.
Mike today comes up to me, by the way. Mike comes up and he goes, hey, man, where can I watch Holliston?
Dude, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, bro. Dude, it's a phenomenal show. It kills me, man, that we didn't get a season 3, man. I'm thinking it will come soon. But, dude, I'm telling you, check out that website, bro. His website, Ariscope. He does a shit ton of short films, bro.
What's it called?
Ariscope.com. Though, like, he has a YouTube page, but the Ariscope has like the full uncut episode.
Like ARI?
ARI
Scope.
.com. And they got a bunch of good stuff, man.
It's written down. Here.
But yeah, dude, he has a show called Scary Sleepover where he has like and you can check these on YouTube. Same thing. Ariscope is the YouTube channel name. I just watch them on the site because the episodes are a little longer. On YouTube, they're a little more cut. They're a little fine down. But you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. Don't worry.
But
Hubris.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Yeah, but yeah, he gets all his buddies. Tony Todd comes on, Derek Mears and shit. He gets a lot of good ones, and those are just fun. But he's done some really cool short movie stuff. So yeah, man, go show the dude some support, bro. He's running his own independent company, man, and that's the type of stuff we do in the comic book community. Support these indie books. So go show your fellow horror movie creator some love, man. That's almost if like you, Mike, and Whole Shoe just wanted to start your own production company. That's like what him and they did.
We have a production company, but all we do is YouTube videos.
Yeah. Hey, bro, well, you got to start somewhere. Yeah, dude, you've seen Frozen's good, but not the animation. Don't play with me, Strick.
Let it go. No, he's seen the one. I haven't watched it yet, but he was talking to me about it.
He's I can't think. Iceman.
Yeah, Sean Ashmore or whatever his name is.
Yeah. He's in Hatchet 2 or 3 for like a second. He gets his face chopped off. But dude, he's really good in Frozen. That's a good one, bro. And I think you'll like Spiral. It's a little bit slower, but it's more of a thriller and kind of like he's kind of doing a little psycho stuff there. Not like with Joel David Moore is kind of the Anthony Perkins in a way. Totally not. It's nothing like Psycho in a way, but the character where he's more timid, shy, and kind
like
of
Norman. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's in his shell,
Gotcha.
But yeah, and Zachary Levi, Shazam is in that, so that is cool to see him because he's got some good acting chops, man. He's a good actor.
I wish The Rock was in it, but oh well.
Hey, you win some, you lose some. But will you watch anything this week?
Yeah. I actually watched a lot of horror this week, more than I typically do, and I watched most of it last Sunday. I watched Hatchet 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Not directed by Adam Green, but written by him, and he's in it. But I enjoyed Hatchet 3. So and then I watched Victor Crowley, and I think I liked Victor Crowley better than 3.
Yeah.
Definitely. But not as I like the story in 2 because I really like Tony Todd in 2. But so I watched those 2 movies. Speaking of Adam Green, I watched the entire first season of Holliston and like basically the first half of the second and final season so far. And I did not like it after the pilot, and I was really nervous about continuing, but I did. And this people all the time, they're like, oh, this TV show gets really good. You just got to give it like a couple years. You just got to give Holliston a couple episodes because it really comes into its own. And I am just having a riot. It's like a sitcom for horror fans. It's like take Big Bang Theory, imagine it was actually well done, and then make it about horror instead of sci-fi and comics. And then I watched Tentacles last week, like at the beginning of the week.
Yes.
You talked about it last week. I watched Tentacles. Fucking loved it, bro.
Phenomenal.
Loved it. That movie is so fucked up and twisted, and it fooled me for a moment. I was able to figure out before the reveal what was going on, but really, really liked that movie a lot, bro. That was really, really good. It's on Hulu. If you haven't checked it out, Dylan raved about it last week. I'm raving about it right now.
Dude.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
And go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Meredith Monroe, welcome, brother. If I don't unless you're female, I'm sorry. Brother, woman, welcome. Love you.
Brother, sister, or gender resistant, right?
That he said intros fire. Agreed.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Robbie.
And the other thing I watched was a revisit, but I revisited for some reason on Valentine's night. I decided to watch Jennifer, the Masters of Horror episode from season 1 by Dario Argento, the Argento cut. And I don't know why I watched that on Valentine's Day, but I did. But that movie, I still love it. It's fucked up though.
Wait, what did you watch? I didn't. I heard Argento cut.
Jennifer.
Oh yeah.
From Masters of Horror.
Yeah.
So
his name is Monroe. There's no way he's a woman. And I'm gonna feel even dumber if he is. But Jennifer, bro, that one is crazy, bro. Crazy. So fucked up. I forget who is the actor in that.
It's the dude from Wings, Steven something, right? Because he wrote it too. It's the guy from Wings. God damn it. What's his name? Why'd you ask me that?
Yeah, Kane is the ski lift that leaves them there. Yep, he is.
Stephen Webb? It's not Webb.
It could be.
Weber. The Weber?
Dude, yeah, James, that's what we're talking about, dude.
Yes, Steven Weber. He was the actor in it, and he directed it, or he wrote it. Yeah, anyway, Steven Weber. He's from Wings. Not the Paul McCartney band, but the sitcom in the 90s. Anyway.
Dude. What's up, Billy? But yeah, that dude, when I saw that one is so I've never seen anything like Jennifer. Like, it's crazy, bro.
It is crazy because you ask yourself the question, like, what would you do?
She got a body, bro. I'll tell you,
as soon as you eat the fucking cat, you're goddamn out, dude. I'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's a story where Adam Green, if you see it in the first Hatchet, there's the picture that Crowley as a kid, or like there's the photos, and they used those photos to get the movie made and to show kind of what he would look like. That was his ex-wife before he knew her. I forget how he knew her, and they weren't together at the time, but he's like, they put this, and she's hot, man. She's hot. She was like a model and an actress. And he's like, you got this girl with the Victor Crowley face and like walking around in like a tank top and booty shorts. And he's looking at her and he's like, ugh.
Too weird. It's too weird.
But then he's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so funny the way he does it, but it's so true, man.
So that's what I watched. Hatchet 3, Victor Crowley, Holliston, a season and a half of that, Tentacles, and the Masters of Horror episode, Jennifer.
Awesome, bro. Dude, I gotta get Masters of Horror on DVD, man, eventually.
Well, they're on Tubi, at least for now, right?
Yeah. The it's only like $9.99 for the first season, but I did just for the Carpenter collection and everything.
I wish I still had my collections I had back when they first came out. I had the Mausoleum and I had the Skull, man. Like,
did you? I see, dude. Season 2, like, you can't find a box set. You can find like the single releases. That's it. I can't I don't know.
There was a box set, but it was incredibly limited because at this time the show was about to be canceled. It was done, but they put out a skull and you would lift off the top of the head. And I sold them for money. That and the Mausoleum complete season 1. And I had Fear itself in the gravestone. I sold all 3 of them. I really regret it. it.
What are you gonna do? You could still get Fear itself, I believe, and see that you can still track them down.
You can track them down, but not necessarily those sets. And that second season set is really hard to find.
They are, and then I know because I've seen them online. I've looked at them, and I've wanted to pull the trigger, honestly.
Well, if Uncle Joe ever gives me my money, maybe we'll do it.
Right.
Just kidding. I buy something else.
That's all we do. Our high expectations, real high. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Adam Green's ex-wife. She like wore the Adam or the Victor Crowley makeup for a second. Oh, good to know that you're maybe human.
Meredith Monroe, we appreciate it. We appreciate you.
I was
Station.
like, he just came, and now we're totally losing him. But Tubi is legit. Tubi's legit. So yeah, I'll say what I watched, and then I don't think I even told you what I watched last week. But I wanted to say Hatchet 3. Adam Green, like he let the camera guy for the first 2, like somebody does it. He let him direct 3, and he's like, he's like, I just want to be able to go chill behind scenes, and he ended up just literally being there every day. He's like, I was doing craft service. He was doing so much shit, bro. Like like it was just, it's hard.
And Danielle's better in 3. Danielle's not as annoying to me as she was in 2 in part 3. With her accent. So and I really like what's his name from Gremlins and Derek Mears. I really like them in there.
Yes, dude. That Galligan is awesome. Then you get Caroline Williams.
Yeah.
Cool. And Galligan's wife. But there's some good stuff in there. Victor Crowley actually I'd say looks his best by Hatchet 3. I think, because they finally Adam Green kind of finally got the look he wanted, and to kind of get that because you got to kind of act through you get facial expressions through the latex. In the first one, you don't get much expressions, you just kind of get the, but man, I love it, man. You see that figure too? Oh my God, that figure is so cool. The neck.
Oh yeah, I still got to check on that for you. I forgot.
I was watching commentary for Victor Crowley because I got my copy signed from Ariscope. That's another thing. If you order from there, you'll get signed. Funny thing is too, the book I Survivor that I can't think of his name.
Oh, the dude writes in part 3, right? Or is it part 4? It's part 4.
Yeah, it's a real book, bro. And Adam Green and another guy wrote it, and they get they kind of get into detail on. Dude, it's killing me. His name.
I can't remember his name. I love that he's in every single movie though.
Exactly, because he plays a different character each time. So I can't think of his damn name, but I know Perry Shen. I love it though. I want to get the book. I started on his YouTube channel. Adam Green does like the voice. He reads it to you. So it's pretty cool though. They dig into like the backstory. I was watching. I guess I can say it, but I was watching Wishmaster 1 and 2, which is a great 90s flick. And Wishmaster 1 is directed by Kurtzman, and Craig Nicotero was the second unit director. So that's basically like a movie directed by the monster making guys,
Yeah.
So I've always loved Wishmaster. Watched Lawnmower Man, a little bit of Bubba Hotep, but I had a migraine, so I was like falling in and out of sleep. I did watch some Twilight Zone just recently. I don't know what else I watched, but I was watching some Ray Donovan, but that's not really horror. There's something else I watched, but I can't remember. But yeah, you want to get into this 90s list, my brother?
Let's do it.
All right, so you can go first as always, my brother.
So we're going to start with 1990.
Yes, sir.
And we're doing this just like 80s horror, everybody.
Yeah, just because we did 80s horror a couple weeks back. If you didn't see it, check it out. So if you guys seen the documentary In Search of Darkness, they kind of go year by year and pick movies. What we're going to do is just pick, there's definitely going to be other movies we like. Sometimes we might even mention one or two if there's a tie or a double feature, as we call it. But we'll pick one movie from each year, maybe two, that we like the most out of it, 1990. So basically it comes out to a top 10, but we pick one movie from each year. So, but if you didn't see the 80s one, I highly recommend you checking that out, because who doesn't love 80s movies? But this 90s list, I still had fun because I'm a 90s kid, and a lot of these I grew up with very fondly.
I went to high school in the 90s, man. So I was class of 99. So like I'm right here for this. So.
Yeah. And in 98, I believe is the year, is when I first saw Halloween H2O. I saw that in the theater. First Halloween movie I saw in theaters was Halloween H2O.
Same, brother, same.
Always had a very fond place in my heart. I've watched that movie so much over the years, man. But go ahead with your 1990.
1990. The Joe Dante classic, Gremlins 2, The New Batch.
Ooh.
Gremlins 2, The New Batch. I've got this thing apparently. If I can talk about Gremlins, I'll talk about Gremlins.
You gotta.
We've talked about the first one a lot. Now I get to talk about the second one. The second one is a Looney Tunes cartoon version of the first one. They move it to New York City. It's bigger. It's better. The effects are better. The puppets look amazing. Each gremlin now has a distinct and unique personality that is not just based on their clothing. It's based on like their face and everything, right? This movie is so elaborate. Gizmo, the animatronics, everything is so much cleaner and fresher. Now, this threw a lot of people off when it came out because it is very much a slapstick movie. It's a parody of the first film. And I'm very excited to do Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 right after 1, because I think TCM 2 is like a parody of 1. And I think Dante did the same thing with Gremlins 2. I love all the different Gremlins. Oh my goodness, dude. My favorite, of course, is the spider mohawk. Like, so freaking scary. The brain is such an amazing.
The brain, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The bat one is awesome too.
The bat, everything about it is so funny. I love the Hulk Hogan scene. I love that there's a John Wayne scene that's for the VHS only. Like, I freaking love all the bits. Christopher Lee is in the film. They bring back Zach Galligan, and it's such a freaking great movie. It's so funny, and I am just ready for this new animated show, which they've already renewed for 2 seasons, and I hope that it sparks some interest, and I would love to see a Gremlins 3. Gremlins 2 is not, to me, as strong as the first one, but it's sleeker, it's funner, it's not as horrific, but it does have some really scary moments, but it is such a great satirical work by a master of horror, Joe Dante. My 1990 pick, Gremlins 2, The New Batch.
Man, that's a great pick. I love part 2, man. I absolutely love it. I always have. The Gremlins are just so great in that. It's hard to say which one I watched more growing up. Just 2 has just always been so fun. But I mean, part 1 every year gets watched during Christmas every year, and it can be watched even after Christmas. But part 2, I just always loved, man. The all the Gremlins, man. They all get their own like character, and you even get the smart one, the scientist one.
Yeah, I love it. And they do the big musical number of New York, New York at the end, and I love it. By the way, everybody, Fable down there is keeping track, just like we did last time. I forgot about that, but that was awesome. Thank you, Fable.
Yeah, dude. Thank you, Fable.
Keeping track.
Yeah,
no, I love the film, dude. It's the music is. I like how the Gremlin rag is like the tempo is a little bit faster. So instead of dun 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 dun, it's like dun 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 dun. Dylan is gone. It's time for Robbie to sing some Gremlin rag.
That I can't with that. I really hope they continue the NECA line because they got Greta coming out. So I really hope they do. Like they have so many they can do, and it'd be a damn shame if they didn't because like come on, you know.
And one final thing about the New York scene is I love that when they're all dying and the smart one is like melting, he's still going New York, New York. So great, so great.
Yeah, James Morris, I highly recommend you picking that up. If dude, it looks even better. Like from the pictures I've seen that people have gotten theirs, it looks even better. And then the art on the box, awesome, so cool. I comes with the freaking what is that? Oh man, the gas powered belt saw, the hatchet, obviously, but the freaking belt saw is just so cool, man.
The belt saw has some of the most disturbing kills in those movies.
Dude. Especially in the first.
And I watched the rated ones, y'all. So like they're still pretty freaking hard on.
That's why I was like, oh my god, did he watch the rated one? Because I meant to say like I wanted to tell you to try to have your buddy find those that way, and the other ones watch.
I've been putting too much of a burden on him, man.
It's all right, man. If you're gonna be able to watch him next week, do the Adam Green show next week, whatever, bro. I'm just glad that you're having fun, bro.
I am.
But
I'll probably go buy some signed ones now.
So my favorite for 1990, and this was a pretty hard one because there's some good stuff in 90. This was another good year, but this is one that really was one of my household favorites as a kid, and I haven't got to really touch on how much I love this series. Child's Play 2. Dude, talk about one of the best sequels ever, and just totally upping the ante, way more Chucky, just so many cool kills. I actually have the freaking Chucky on cart where with the freaking knife hand where he sticks the knife in his hand and his freaking ripped off hand. There's just so much great stuff in this movie. I love every single Child's Play movie. I love all the Chucky movies, and Child's Play is no, you know what I'm saying? Like I probably watched part 2 more than any of them. 2 and 3, me and my brothers watched so much. Don't get me wrong, the first one is perfect, but I love 2 and 3. Those were always so fun to watch. And funny, I never told you this, but I recently got the Bride of Chucky 2-pack NECA set from Amazon, and it wasn't a Prime set, but they were freaking Chinese knockoffs. I was so pissed, and I still have them too. I got a toy there in my closet, it's buried somewhere, and they gave me my money back. I flipped, bro. I was like, these guys trying to sell me some knockoff shit, bro. Like, but
it happens, man. You got to watch out for that shit.
Yeah, you do. So, yeah, man. Child's Play 2 has a very fond place in my heart, and I always loved it. I think that's the one where he gets the teacher, and he's got the ruler. He's smacking the ruler on his hand when he's just coming up on the teacher. There's so many good scenes in that one, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Child's Play franchise. It's definitely something because it veered into such ridiculousness in some of the last half of the franchise, right? That it's something that I need to revisit because my last thoughts of the Child's Play franchise was that it was cheesy and dumb. But those first three were staples in my childhood and my household. 1, 2, and 3, bro. And I've told my story about going to go see Child's Play 1 in the theater and being just terrified. I started crying. So like, it's a little too young for it, but
yeah, I think I remember your father took you, didn't he? I don't know if I've heard the real.
My father took me and he wasn't supposed to. And I freaked out.
Remember you were saying that just recently on the live the other night with those
with Geeks Unleashed,
Geeks Unleashed.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've heard that story, actually. But
really,
that's awesome, man. Yeah, that was the first time I've heard it. I feel like that's why I wanted to put that one on the list. I was like, man, I really don't think I've talked about Child's Play much. But yeah, man, I love them all, man. I mean, Sea of Chucky is probably the worst one, but even that, bro, I have fun with it, bro. They get raunchy and wild and goofy, but that is what I love about sequels. So what do you got next, my brother?
1991. Now, obviously, we're talking about the 90s. So in the 90s, I really feel like the 90s has some great horror films, but let's be honest, it's not the strongest decade. It's nowhere near the level of the 80s or the 70s, right?
Nowhere near. I didn't have nowhere near as hard of a time.
And I don't think it's near the level of the 2000s, right? I think the 2000s is better because in the 90s, basically in American culture, we got complacent, and a lot of these, they also kind of were veering away from the horror film because of the excessiveness of the 80s, and they were trying to steer clear of it. And you have a lot of psychological thrillers, right? But I think a lot of these psychological thrillers can be called horror films. For instance, the Academy Award winner that year was Silence of the Lambs. And I definitely think that's, because they're like a horror film hasn't won Best Picture. I'm like, yeah, Silence of the Lambs won. That's a fucking horror film. Anyway, it's not my pick. It's not my pick, but my pick is a similar psychological thriller from 1991. It's a remake, and it's a remake of a classic, amazing film by one of the best film directors of the modern age, Martin Scorsese. And my pick for 1991 is Cape Fear.
Nice.
Cape Fear is such a great movie. Robert De Niro is incredibly threatening. He takes what Robert Mitchum did in the original and he elevates it. The score in this movie, which they take so many thematic elements from the original, but then make it new and fresh. Scorsese made one of the most terrifying films ever. Nick Nolte is amazing. What's the chick's name? Is it Dreyfus? Juliet Dreyfus or something? What's her name? She's in Way of the Gun. She's in California.
Isn't she?
What?
I think I'm thinking of somebody else.
Anyway, she's awesome. The entire cast is great in the movie. Is incredibly scary. I don't think that there's a horror villain in the 90s that's near as threatening and menacing as Robert De Niro's performance in this film. Cape Fear is my pick, hands down. It's got all the thematic elements of a horror film.
Juliette Lewis. That's what I thought.
Juliette Lewis. That's what. Why I think. I'm thinking of damn. What's her name from
Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, Natural Born Killers. That's in California too. Yeah. She was in California, wasn't she? With Brad Pitt.
Oh yeah,
anyway. She's in Strange Days. Anyway, Cape Fear, my pick for 1991.
See, I always go to From Dusk Till Dawn and Natural Born Killers when I think of her. That's why I knew she was in Cape Fear. I was just, when you said the name out, it threw me off for a second. Yeah, that's funny you say Silence of the Lambs. That's what I picked, but
I didn't bust your bubble then, man. I'm sorry.
No, nothing to be sorry about.
I honestly thought you were gonna pick something ridiculous like Child's Play 3 or Freddy's Dead or Omen 4, The Awakening, which I do think is underrated.
Yeah, there's some good ones in 91, but I just think that, I mean, what Silence of the Lambs did for the horror genre, it like made people take it seriously, I feel like, and it's just a phenomenal movie. But I think that Cape Fear is phenomenal as well. De Niro is crazy in that, and it's something you've never seen the likes of him like that since, you know.
That would have
But
been the year for him to play Wolverine in a movie, by the way.
right, but I think, dude, I almost picked Nothing But Trouble for that year as well because I always loved that one as a kid.
That's a great movie. Tupac's in that movie.
Yeah,
he's performing with Digital Underground. Yeah,
yes, he is. But Silence of the Lambs, man, you cannot, dude. It puts the lotion on the skin. The it's such a good movie, man. It's such a good movie. Put the fucking lotion in the basket.
I'd fuck me. Oh, and Anthony Hopkins, man. Oh my goodness, an iconic character.
Oh my god, Exorcist 3 is phenomenal, Chamorro. Dude, you're an OG for mentioning that one.
It's got a great soundtrack.
Phenomenal soundtrack. I can't wait for that one to come.
3's the Heretic, right?
2 is the Heretic. 3 is the one with Brad Dourif.
Oh, okay.
Who's the priest in that, man? He's so good in that.
Gotcha. I'll just say this then. Part 2 has a great score. I don't remember the score from Part 3.
Yeah, oh, dude, I have not seen Part 3 in years, man. So they had a sale, so I wanted to get. I got 2 and 3 coming. So I got Part 1. I'm trying to think who is in Part 3. The George C. Scott. I was trying to think from the guy from
Patton. Jesus.
Dude, phenomenal cast there. But yeah, Silence of the Lambs is just a phenomenal movie. You know, I wouldn't say it's one you can just watch all the time, but it is just, you cannot deny how great of a film that is. And I just love that, you know, what it did. I mean, it was first like horror movie to be really recognized, you know. So I gotta respect it for that. I got a cool.
Jodie Foster is amazing in that film too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For the longest time, I had the Criterion DVD, and I sold it when it hit a certain amount of money. Really? But like, it had these deleted scenes, including a scene with Dennis Leary. It was really, really good. Really good stuff.
I don't have a Criterion, but I have like a cool DVD copy, and it has like a cool. I think it's like a special edition, but it does have some cool features on it. I don't know what though. I have to go through it.
My ex took our Hannibal Lecter collection, but it was a 3-pack, and it was Manhunter.
Yeah,
Silence,
dude.
And Hannibal. And Hannibal's not really my thing, and Red Dragon's not really my thing, but I love Manhunter. But Silence of the Lambs is amazing, bro. You know, I once watched it while eating a human liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
I think my copy has the recipe for that. My DVD copy. It comes with a little slip, and it has the fava beans and Chianti recipe. But that's definitely the best one. The other ones are all right. Hannibal's okay. It has some decent moments, but none of them compare to Silence of the Lambs. Red Dragon.
I think Manhunter's better than Silence of the Lambs. I'm that guy because I'm such a Michael Mann fan. But
I want to get the Scream Factory so bad, but it's out of print. But I know
I didn't even know there was an out of print Scream Factory Manhunter, and now there's a hole in my life, Dylan.
Dude, it looks so cool. And I can't find my DVD copy's like messed up, so I got to get a new copy of it. It doesn't even work anymore. Sadly, I burned it out watching it too much as a kid, I think.
There you go.
Yeah. So what are we at? 92.
1992. I have a feeling we may have the same one. I don't know. But in 1992, and there's some good choices, but I'm going straight up with Army of Darkness. Or should I say Bruce Campbell versus the Army of Darkness. It was one of the first. Yeah, is that your pick?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bruh. It's the Evil Dead movie of the 90s, man. Dude, Bruce Campbell's amazing. This was the first one I watched.
Same.
And even if you've never seen the others, you can watch this one. And it's its own film. It's medieval. It's got demons and deadites and zombies. And it's got great effects, but they still feel cheesy and old school. It's so funny. It's so amazing. Me and Dylan were part of the PCP movie night we did earlier in 2020, where we covered this. It was the poll. Remember, Dylan? That was your poll, right?
Yeah.
And the winner was Army of Darkness. And what a great movie. It's definitely for me to pick a 92. There's some good stuff in 92, but nothing to me is Army of Darkness. I mean, you got Alien 3, which I'm like, right? And you got Brain Dead, all right? Dead Alive, right? That's a brilliant film too. You have Candyman, right? Yeah, exactly. Dr. Giggles, we always love Dr. Giggles, but to me, it's Army of Darkness, man.
Too as well.
All those other films, aside from Candyman, I would look at them and say, you ain't led nothing but Jack and shit. And Jack just left town. It's my 92 pick.
I completely agree. Just like you said, it was with no doubt it was my pick. It probably might even be my favorite movie on this freaking whole list almost, man. I maybe not, but right up there. My fondness for this movie. I practically begged you to I'm trying to think to basically rig the poll so that we would watch our review Army of Darkness. I love it, man. One of the best, man. And like you said, first for me to watch as well, just like you. And for years, I never even watched Evil Dead 1 and 2 till after. It's a perfect standalone movie. But as a whole, when you watch them as a series, it's awesome, and it's the perfect sequel. It's wonky, and I love medieval stuff, period. And you're just putting a horror movie in medieval times. I love it. I love it so much. Yeah. I love that you picked that one too.
Like I said, like we both said, this was one of the easiest lists I've ever had to compile.
Dude, I was like, man, it took me pretty quick to get it done. Like I was just stuck on like the last two, 88 and 98 and 99. So what, 93.
93. Now we're starting to get into slim pickings now, okay?
Yeah.
But 1993 gave us, I think, one of the best and most nuanced and poignant horror films of the 90s. It is by a fella that was very unknown at the time. He's very well known today. His name is Guillermo del Toro. And the movie I'm picking for 1993 is Cronos. Cronos is a Spanish film by del Toro that stars Ron Perlman and a bunch of other actors I don't remember. But it's mostly centered around this young lady, this young woman, this young girl. And in a very Pan's Labyrinth type way, but it's a vampire story, but it's such an interesting twist on a vampire because there's this thing called the Kronos device. That's this like scarab beetle looking thing. And it latches on to her grandfather and it starts like leeching off of him and he starts getting younger and like, but it's all from her perspective. So it's a horror film, but incredibly nuanced, well written. Like I said, Ron Perlman's in it. It's half in Spanish, half in English. It goes back and forth. It's such a brilliant film. There's a Criterion version of it that I'm just pleading for the universe to fall into my lap because it's got a cover of the Kronos device by Mike Mignola. So wow. Guillermo del Toro is such a visionary director, and it really kind of starts here. Kronos is definitely my pick of 1993. It's not like super gory and super like horror-y, but it's a horror movie, but it is very nuanced, man, and emotionally resonant. It strives further than every other movie on my list. So I think it's the best and most nuanced movie of the genre in that year. Not the best horror movie of the year, of the decade, but I think it's one of the most well-rounded
horror movie.
What's that?
Is it your favorite Del Toro movie or one of them?
I mean, all Del Toro movies are my favorite Del Toro movies, bro. So I don't know what to say about that. My favorite Del Toro movie, my favorite might be Blade 2, but I think his best one might be Pan's Labyrinth. So
yeah. Dude, I gotta see about Kronos. I'm not sure if I've even seen it, to be honest.
It's one of those ones I still only have on DVD, man.
Really?
But it's really good, bro. It's a device. The device attaches to you. It filters your blood, and it provides you with youth and energy. And then there's this faction of people after this device, but it's all about this young girl and her perspective and her relationship with her grandfather and being in the middle of all this craziness. And it's so freaking good.
Right. It sounds familiar. This one was hard for me, man, because I was like debating on three. Hard time. You ever seen a movie called Ticks? That's not my pick, but highly recommend you check out Ticks if you've never seen it.
I haven't. Ticks?
Ticks. It's
like fleas and ticks?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mutated ticks, basically. Really,
it's fucking scary, bro.
Exactly. So it was really close. My first pick was Body Bags. I've talked about Body Bags a lot. And when I kind of thought about it, I ended up picking Return of the Living Dead 3.
Nice.
I kept the double feature with that and Body Bags, but Return of the Living Dead 3 is the one I'm going to go with. This is another one of those movies, just like Army of Darkness, where it is totally different than the first two before it. It kind of has that Romeo and Juliet type of love story type of thing mixed in with horror and zombies, and you get this badass chick biker. She comes off as like a biker chick, and she gets killed, and her boyfriend, as they're running away, they get into an accident. She gets killed, and her father, the guy's father, is like in the military, and they're running the experiments, reanimating these zombies and bringing them back. I forget what the spray is or whatever that shit that they're using to bring creates the zombies, but he uses that to bring her back, and she starts like putting all these piercings in and shit, and it's almost like the Jennifer situation, but nowhere near as freaky like that. But you're just like, whoa, this is weird, but she's still just so beautiful, man. And I just always loved this movie. I just always thought it was really underrated and just so different than the first two that came before it. And I give that a lot of credit. Another directed by Brian Yuzna, and
I didn't ever realize it was Yuzna.
Yeah. I love his work, man. He's really good. He's got a niche for stuff.
Society, brother. Society.
He does different stuff, man. And I like he takes a swing for his work, and I can appreciate that, even if sometimes maybe it don't go over the fence, but he takes that swing, and I can respect that. But Return of the Living Dead 3 is one of my favorites, and the first one is definitely my favorite. I know a lot of people love the second one. I just recently grabbed that, so I'll probably show that off next week whenever it comes in. But I want to rewatch the second one. But I remember the second one not being as like kind of funny and being a little more serious than the first one.
I think they were trying to go a little bit more serious with it.
Yeah, the third one is just balls to the wall, and I love it, man.
I haven't seen that third one since since it first came out, because we've talked about this before, but my stepdad and my mother loved horror films, and
yeah,
we were in the video store every night, and so I remember watching it one time, and all I really recall of it is that it did scare me, right? But that it also I thought she was incredibly hot when I was a kid, right? So I haven't seen this movie since then, and I just looked up images and just to verify, and yeah, bro, she's still hot. Still fucking hot as shit and disturbing. But I really need to revisit that one soon.
I'm pretty sure it might be on Amazon or Tubi. So I know it's on Tubi if it's not on Prime. So yeah, check it out whenever you get a chance.
Bro, there's nothing better than safety pin pierced zombie nipples, right? So
right. It's something, man. It is something.
It's a weird stretch, isn't
it? It most certainly is.
Hell yeah.
1994, which is my birth year, brother.
Bruh, really?
Yep, 94.
Wow. Man, this was the last year of junior high for me.
Wow. April 26, 1994, I was born.
Wow, okay.
I'll be 27 in a couple months.
We're both Tauruses.
Yes, sir. Wow, that's awesome, dude. I didn't
I'm
even
May
think.
10. I'm May 10, man. May
Yeah,
10.
I didn't
Yep.
even. 'Cause I'm bad with like that stuff, but I remember
I'm
when
a
you told me your
firstborn.
birthday.
I was born on Mother's Day.
Your
How cool
first
is that?
as well.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Me too.
Right. You don't have this kind of attitude without being a firstborn. You know what I'm saying? It
That's
just
why
comes
we
with
click. That's why we click. We understand each other.
we click for so many reasons. All right, 1994. This is the first, but not definitely the only appearance by a Wes Craven film. It's Wes Craven's New Nightmare is my 1994 pick. 1994 is one of my favorite years ever. It gave us Pulp Fiction. It gave us Clerks. It gave us Green Day's Dookie. It gave us amazing film, great television, brilliant music. 1994 is like a year for me that I will always remember. I just love 1994. And Dylan, that's probably why I love you so much. Wes Craven's New Nightmare, after so many kind of duddy Freddy sequels. And me personally, I love Freddy's Dead, right? But this was something so different, so unique. I love this take. This was a precursor to something like Scream. Wes Craven is always trying to push those boundaries, and he starts to get meta. Like, this is a super meta horror film. You know what I'm saying? And so was Scream. It's a horror film aware of what's going on. But the way that he takes the idea of this thought form, this demon that is created, now he has to keep it alive and keep it like, I love that entire story. I love bringing back Nancy, Wes Craven being a part of it, Robert Englund playing himself and Freddy. We get a new version and vision of Freddy that I, as a kid, thought was creepy. And still to this day, even though I know what's coming, when he pops out of the closet in that scene, that jump scare gets me every damn time. My 1994 pick, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I love that movie so much.
Yeah, it's always been one of my favorites as well. I love the look in him, man. I just wish we got more of Freddy in there, just because he looks so cool, man. I think he looks so cool. I just, we actually get less of Freddy in that one than we do in the first one, which is the only bummer to me. Other than that,
the tension is there, though. That tension is there, and you got to remember, like, Wes Craven is a much more seasoned director at this point. I feel like his best directed film is the first Scream, but like he's hitting a point, you know. And I love the original New Nightmare. My favorite films of him may be. It's hard to say because I think out of all of the masters of horror, he is the most consistent. Like, I love almost every single one of his films, man. And there are Argento films that I don't really like. There are Carpenter films I don't really like, you know. But there are not many Wes Craven films I don't like. Scream 3 may be one of the only ones. So,
yeah, I can't think of really any Wes Craven films I don't like either.
I love Vampire in Brooklyn, for instance. So,
yeah, that's a good one.
And Music of the Heart. Don't forget, he did Music of the Heart with Meryl Streep.
I didn't know that. But, I think you're right about the, he's trying to bring back the scariness of Freddy as well in that. Because, like, he was scary as shit in the first one. And, they kind of brought him out, made him jokey again. He's trying to bring Freddy back to terrifying. You know what I'm saying? And not being really goofy and a catchphrase every time at the end. You know what I mean? So I can.
And getting to the idea of like what Freddy represents for fear, because the whole idea of Freddy Krueger came out of Wes Craven hearing these or reading these articles about teens in different areas of the country describing the same figure, like haunting them in their dreams, right? And this wave of insomnia, and like everything was so. Wes Craven is an intellectual. He's a psychologist. I mean, he's not a psychologist, but he studied psychology and shit, right? Like, and he started his film career with porn, but big deal, right? But like, he like even the colors of Freddy's sweater are meticulously picked because that's the hardest colors for humans to see together. That shade of green, that shade of red. It's unnerving to the eye. You know what I'm saying? So like, freaking amazing. And the way he interprets it for the 90s, I thought it was the most perfect 90s, 80s slasher film, like throwback, and I loved how meta it was. And I'm not trying to gush over it too much. And somebody up there said, In the Mouth of Madness came out this year. And I didn't want to mention that one in particular because we're going to be doing a whole show on that in March Madness for PCP. And that's a great film too. But like I said, Wes Craven hasn't done a film I don't like except for Scream 3. So, New Nightmare. First appearance by Wes Craven on my list, but definitely not the last.
Yeah. I love In the Mouth of Madness. I can't, that was right there on my list with this. I had it as a double feature, but I'm going to just go with one. So we will be talking about Mouth of Madness, but that is a great movie. Great movie. Sam Neill is phenomenal in that. But I'm going to go The Crow. Brandon Lee's The Crow, man. I love that movie so much. It is just a great movie. Seen it so much over the years. I just love the atmosphere of that movie, of the world in that movie. It kind of has that Tim Burton vibe with the world, you know. It's just awesome. You know, I know it got some sequels. They got nothing on that original one, and it's crazy what happened to Brandon Lee during the making of that movie. But that movie is just so good, and I love it, man. I love it so much.
Nice. It's also got an amazing soundtrack, and
yes.
Ernie Hudson is amazing in that movie.
Yes, yeah, I always forget he's in that. The Ernie Hudson.
He's Commissioner Gordon in it.
So good. Yes, but yeah, man, it's just I love the cinematography in that movie, man, and the music, like you said, is just great. So good, man. I just wish, you know, what happened never happened. So maybe we could have got another Brandon Lee Crow movie, or just any more Brandon Lee movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that's my 94.
Oh yeah, Billy, Nine Inch Nails. They Keep Calling Me. That's the their cover of the Joy Division song. From the Crow soundtrack. They keep calling me. Na, 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 na. And The Cure. When the Cure was on there with Burn, right? Oh, such a great song. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good, bro. You're good.
I was just down there.
What's up, Rob?
If someone represents a Joy Division song, I gotta give it a shout.
Hey, do what you gotta do.
Major station out for Billy for watching the show while he's doing his deadlifts, by the way. His holy deadlifts. Pray to Lord Gaines, baby.
Let me see. What are we, 95 then,
But here's the thing. We're now halfway through. You mind if we take an intermission?
Go ahead.
All right, brother.
Yeah, I'm going to take a piss real quick. I'll be right back.
You should play the intro then while we break.
Oh, perfect idea.
What's up, y'all? Oh, shit. I thought I was going to have the reins for a moment.
No,
I was going to talk some shit. Anyway,
go ahead, talk some shit.
I'm just kidding.
I know. Goddamn. I'm gonna definitely have to take some fucking headache medicine, dude.
Damn, bro.
I hate it, dude. I hate it. And I still gotta do my laundry because I got work tomorrow. But what are we? We are halfway through
95.
95.
My 1995 is a movie we've talked a lot about actually a few weeks ago, because I'm going with Castle Freak by Stuart Gordon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. This was a movie that I had a bad experience with because I was watching it and my girlfriend at the time walked in at the wrong moment, you know, but like rewatching it, it's really good, you know, and it's one of the, Stuart Gordon's got a great career. He's done some other movies. And by the way, I saw a PCV Army member guy in here who did that badass like Galactus song say that he worked with Stuart Gordon on Space Truckers. And I'm like, that's freaking cool. But Castle Freak's really good. And it's a great story. I think Barbara Crampton and Jeffrey Combs do an amazing performance in that film. The monster is very memorable, very scary. It's in your face. It's literally at times balls to the wall, if you know what I'm saying. Castle Freak, we talked about it on the Stuart Gordon show, and if you haven't watched it, I do believe it's still on Tubi. Check it out. It is raunchy, though it is out there. It is tough to watch for a lot of people, but if you are like not down for anything, if you're down for anything, just go for it, man. So there you go.
Right.
No, it wasn't, but Scarpad. But there was a part where the Castle Freak, right, is literally eating a woman out. Right? Like literally. You know, you thought Reanimator pushed it. Castle Freak, man. But
breastfeeding to a next level.
Yeah, no kidding. So like, but I really like it because at the same time, it's kind of like it's like a Frankenstein type movie, right? In a way, right? Because the monster kind of is sympathetic to a point, but like way more villainous than they show the Frankenstein monster being, you know? So
yeah.
I freaking love it. Castle Freak, my 95 pick.
Hell yeah. Great one. My 95 pick is Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, bro. I usually, I'm going to say H2O is not going to be on this list. It was really close, but over the years, I've watched it so much that I love Halloween 6. Like, I kind of switched them, you know, so I like Halloween 6 a little bit more nowadays just because there were some problems with both of them, but the mask kind of has killed me over the years with H2O, but
it's got the worst mask, man. It does.
Yeah, but it has an awesome ending, but Halloween 6, I love it, man. The mask I think is really good. I believe Buechler did the mask on it. I think Michael Myers is just really great. The guy that they got was really good, and you know, a big guy. I know they switched him out for some scenes, but you know, we get all that Colt or Thorn stuff going on. But last movie with Dr. Loomis, so you got to throw that in there, man. And it's just incredible to see him, you know, that one last time. I wish we would have got Danielle Harris in it. That's my one gripe. And I hear that, you know, it wasn't even about money or anything. It was about like something stupid. But yeah, man. So that girl that gets killed in the beginning is supposed to be Danielle Harris, and a lot of people don't even know that, or you know.
Yeah, it's Jamie.
Yep. So
who Michael just had sex with.
Yeah, depending on which cut you're watching. Yeah. But yeah, I've always had a fondness for Halloween 6. And Paul Rudd's first star, you know.
Introducing Paul Rudd. Yeah. And he looks exactly the same.
Seriously, though. Seriously. Yeah. But yeah, man, I just, everyone knows I love Michael Myers. The Halloween series, it just has a very special place in my heart. Favorite slasher series without a doubt is Halloween. That's always been my favorite is Michael Myers.
It's my number 2 because I go psycho with 1, right? So but I'll say it. You know me, I try to stay positive, and I don't want to shit on your picks on your own show, but I'll say this. I'm going to try to stay positive. I enjoy the Halloween franchise so much. It's one of my favorite slasher franchises. It's one of my favorite horror franchises. I enjoy this movie. Okay.
Yeah.
I detest the producer's cut. I detest the producer's cut. This was like this thing that was hallowed. Like for years of my life, like I'd heard of this thing, the Curse of Michael Myers, the producer's cut. And we were like, because I'll be honest, I don't think it's a strong film, but I just always wanted this producer's cut. When they finally came out with it, me and Holsey watched it. Brett sucks. Anyway, but Curse of Michael Myers, Paul Rudd's great in it. I enjoy watching it. I love the franchise, but man, they just kill me when they don't bring Danielle Harris back. It kills me how Jamie's story ends. And it was obviously because Dimension was trying to do a new, fresh start with it. Yeah. And I love some of the ideas there, but to me, it is the weakest Halloween movie of the 90s. So.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's a good pick. And I know that you love that film, man.
I do. And but you're allowed to have your opinion. No worries, my brother. So yeah, 96 then, bro. I know it's a big one for you. Big year, man. Big year that changed the industry for about a decade, I'd say.
In fact, I would say that the director of 90s horror, who was also one of the directors of 70s horror and the 80s horror, right? And the franchise of the 90s and what redefined horror. Horror was straggling. All these movies that we've been talking about were kind of like the last hurrah, right? We've been talking about psychological thrillers. We've been talking about, failed remakes. Like, we're talking about an era of time now, though, where something had to happen for the horror genre. And it happened. And this is the second, but not last time, that I will be mentioning a Wes Craven film. My 1996 pick is by far Scream. Because Scream is a very self-aware horror film. It's a horror film. It's not the first, but it is one of the first big horror films made for horror film fans. Okay? They know the rules. Great performances, a young cast. I was in high school when this came out. This was the talk of the school year, and watching this movie in the theater was one of the most exhilarating experiences I have ever had. I have never been to a movie where people were jumping and screaming and having so much fun, being just terrified as Scream. It subverted some of our expectations. I was in 1996, no way a master of the slasher genre. So Scream taught me more about horror movies at that point than horror movies did. You get what I'm saying? Scream is amazing. Great twists, great turns, great performances, great direction. Oh my God. I went there for Drew Barrymore and she died in the first 5 minutes and I didn't know what the hell was about to happen from that point forward. So Scream is my pick for 1996.
Phenomenal movie. Phenomenal. I knew you'd be picking it, so that's why I wanted to do something different.
And an iconic look. Literally, let me speak on this because I forgot to mention Ghostface. Ghostface is the first iconic horror villain since Jason, Freddy, and Michael. And it's literally, you were born in 94, so you may not remember this, but you would go to any drugstore in the years leading up to Scream and find that mask.
Bro.
So it was a drugstore mask that has become iconic, bro.
Dude, I remember because Ghostface, I had the mask, and that was like, if I didn't have a costume, I was being Ghostface. That was always like the backup costume. I was Ghostface quite a few times, and it was always badass no matter what. Cause I
was Ghostface a couple years ago, bro, for Halloween.
Yeah. Dude, I love Ghostface. Honestly, Halloween was always, Michael Myers is my favorite. Ghostface was always probably my second favorite, dude.
Yeah. You can't really say it's your favorite because it's never the same one, even in the same movie.
Exactly.
There's only one movie where there's only one Ghostface, and it's the shittiest one. But we're not going to talk about Scream 3 anymore tonight because it's not a 90s movie, luckily. But it's such an iconic look, man, that is now stuck, dude. And it was such a big deal. It spawned the Scary Movie franchise, not just a parody, a parody franchise, bro.
Yeah, but man,
Goodness. Good.
62, bro. You gotta watch Scream all the way through. You gotta. One of the
Scream's
greatest.
great.
One of the greatest. So what? The so dude, yeah, I had my double feature at Scream and Bad Moon, which is one of my all-time favorite werewolf movies that I feel like never gets the praises it should get. Um, it's phenomenal. Like I'm a huge dog lover. I love animals, just period, but I'm a huge dog lover, and it's basically about a German Shepherd protecting his family, or a family of basically a single mother, and the kid is played by the kid who played Dennis the Menace in the Nick Castle one. And basically the German Shepherd is trying to protect the family from a werewolf who is the brother of the single mom, the single mom tries to have her brother to come stay with them in his trailer house, like outside the house. And this dog is on his ass, man. And, it's just awesome, man. I highly recommend it. I've always love this movie, man. It's just so I never hear nobody talk about it. I've heard like one guy talk about it, and he's probably my favorite horror movie reviewer. And dude, just awesome, bro.
I haven't seen that movie since it first came out at Movie Gallery, dude. So I need to rewatch it.
I love it, dude.
Scarpet said Misery. That's a really good pick from 96.
Yeah, that's another good one that came out, no doubt. There's a great Scream Factory Blu-ray too for Bad Moon.
Really?
Yep. And I think it has a director's cut. I still gotta watch that one too because I want to see the difference. Because I've seen the other one countless times, but I don't know. Maybe the VHS or DVD could have had the director's cut, and I just, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes it's on there and you don't even know. But yeah, man, Bad Moon is just so good. Yeah. Oh, I remember The Faculty. No
1999. That was my graduation year, man.
Yeah. Ghostface is a real gang. Yeah, you get a gang of Ghostface killers.
No shit.
Did I do that?
Yeah, Wes Craven, by the way, was part of the Wu-Tang Clan. Most people don't remember that. So
yeah, gang banging. What are we?
97.
7, yes. So.
1997, the year I discovered the musical act The Prodigy. It's a great year for me. This is going to be the third and final appearance by Wes Craven on this list for me. In 1997, I'm going with Scream 2 because I really think Scream 2.
Yes.
I think it's freaking amazing, dude. So like Scream 2 is able to build on what was established in Scream 1 and also at the same time make me fall in love with Timothy Olyphant, completely have new killers, a new mystery, the story of Sydney developing, Courtney Cox, David Arquette. It's just at this point, like you know these people, you love them, you're attached to them, and I was on board. And just like I said, how Scream was the talk in high school that year, so was Scream 2. And that opening scene was Omar Epps and Jada Pinkett, right, bruh?
That's why when you were talking about when you saw Scream in theaters, I was like, that's exactly why they did Scream 2.
Exactly.
That's how people were going nuts for it.
They introduced the Stab franchise, so it gets even more meta. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it. Scream 2, and I love Jerry O'Connell, by the way. Just love him. He is amazing. And the moment when Timothy Olyphant basically convinces, basically Sydney gets convinced that her boyfriend is the killer.
Yeah.
And she fucking kills him. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God. Such a great movie. And we really cannot we cannot appreciate Neve Campbell's performance as Sydney in these movies enough.
I'm not a fan of the Jerry Connell singing in the cafeteria, though.
I love that. I did that. I did that in high school to my buddy, just being funny. But I did that like in high school. Like it was a big deal, but it was fun. It was I love it. I think I love you. So what am I so afraid of? Scream 2. Timothy Olyphant's in that movie, y'all. He's like the sexiest man alive outside of George Clooney. So there you go.
Jamie Kennedy has a YouTube channel right now. He created one in the last.
Is it called "I Wish I Didn't Die" in Scream 2?
There, he does a video talking about like how he got cast in Scream 1 and 2, and I highly recommend you check him out because it's awesome. Just getting his insight because he's just an awesome dude.
I'm sure somebody's done this, but I would love for somebody to take that cut where he gets killed. Remember in the he gets grabbed from the news van and torn like brought in. I would love it to like just freeze frame there and be like, "You've been X'd." Remember his Jamie Kennedy experiment prank show? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. But I love the idea that it was the aunt from Roseanne was one of the killers too, right? Because her son was one of the killers in the first one, right? So like when Jamie Kennedy's going off, that's when she gets him. But I love the Timothy Olyphant bit too, because he's the guy that's like, and this is 97 and we hadn't even gotten to 99 when Columbine and shit happened, but we got to the idea of like, I'm just going to blame the movies on me being a serial killer and I'm going to become famous, right? Like that's a really interesting motivation, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Dude, Horror Man, you're freaking awesome, dude. Thanks for subbing up, by the way. And yeah, he knows what he's talking about. So underrated. Bad Moon, one of your favorite werewolf films. You're awesome, dude. Dang, I'm so glad to find somebody else that loves it like me. But yeah, I love Scream 2. I hate that Jamie Kennedy gets killed, but I love Neve Campbell. She is my favorite final girl, Neve Campbell. Yeah. Because she is not just, kind of,
I'm worried she's going to die first in Scream 5, man.
I hope not, because she's too much of a badass, bro. She's too much of a badass, bro. That's the thing. She whoops ass, and that's what I love about her. Where like the other ones are always scared and they kind of got to rise above it, which she does in the first one. But after that, it's like she's whooping dudes. Like she got her training. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. So funny thing, you talk about Wes Craven. Mine is not Wes Craven, but it is a Wes Craven Presents Wishmaster
Station.
So, which he did produce it.
K&B, baby.
I love it, man. K&B, Robert Kurtzman directing, Greg Nicotero being the second unit director. Great special effects. It's basically a creature feature movie, and it's got some great ones. There are couple goofy scenes where they do like very early CGI, which I'm not really a fan of. But you get Tony Todd in this, you get Kane Hodder, you get Robert Englund. I do not like Kane Hodder's death though. I think that was very weak. But Tony Todd I think has a cool death. I always chuckle on that one. You get Ted Raimi, you get a whole lot of all these horror guys in there, man. So that it's just always a fun one to watch. And I think the Djinn is just badass. I think it's a really cool makeup. And I hope NECA does a figure of the Djinn one day. The first two I do enjoy as a double feature. 3 and 4, not so much. If they would have kept the same actor who played the Djinn, I think something Divoff, I think Tony Divoff or Anthony Divoff. If they would have kept him, then I think it would Andrew Divoff or whatever. But if they would have kept him for 3 and 4, it would make me like it more. But they recast, so. But I'm sure he didn't want to keep going through all that makeup because that's a pain,
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I have so much fun with Wishmaster.
I need to revisit it, man. I haven't seen it in ages, man.
Yeah, bro, check it out one day, man. It's a fun.
I see those double features out there all the time. So
yeah, oh yeah, and this is well, I ended up buying this for Pumpkinhead 2, and I lost the Leprechaun because I have all of them, and I can't find my disc 1 for Leprechaun, so I grabbed that because Pumpkinhead 2 is actually kind of hard to find now. because it's an MGM title and the Scream Factory's out of print. And I was just a Wishmaster 1 and 2 is a bonus because I always like those. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh well, man, we are at 98.
And the hardest year, right?
Yes, dude. Yes.
All right, this is my double feature. Okay. The first one I'm going to say is 1998 is the first Michael Myers film I ever saw in the theater. It's Halloween H2O, 20 years later. I love this movie so much. And in fact, one of the reasons why I didn't like the 2018 Halloween as much is because I thought that Halloween H2O covered a lot of that ground. Just do a direct sequel to that, right? Mm-hmm. Ignoring Resurrection. But I love H2O, bro. Like, it's definitely one of those movies, Scream led to a lot of imitation with, like, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and H2O was one of those films. It's got such a youthful soundtrack, which, by the way, at the time, I loved it. Creed was like the biggest shit coming up. So like having a Creed song in there was a big deal. And I freaking love it. I really, really like Halloween H2O. It's one of my favorite Halloween films.
Steve Miner directed it too.
Steve Miner directed it. John Ottman did. I think John Ottman did the score. The score is amazing. It's the first time they really bring a full orchestral, dark, boom, boom, boom. And you're right. It's got the worst mask in the entire franchise, bruh. It really does. And I hate that. I really, really do. Because the mask is so stupid in that movie, and I freaking hate it. But Jamie Lee Curtis is amazing in that movie.
They filmed like the entire movie, and then somebody behind the scenes was like, "That's not the mask, man."
And they CG'd it, man.
Yeah.
They did like weak ass 1998.
They went back and tried to film some of the close-up shots with him with a different mask, and they brought back, but then they tried to bring back the Part 6 mask, and then they didn't even end up using. They filmed some shots, and the only time you really see it is like in the beginning, and you don't even really see it because it's in the dark. So it's just, man, I don't.
Yeah. No, I get you there, but I'll tell you this, man. That movie captured to me the feel of the first one so much, and it is definitely aside from the first one, it's my favorite Halloween film. Yeah. I think it's expertly paced. I think all the kids do a great job acting in that film, and there you go. But like I said, I have a double feature.
Well, because that too, I'd say is that kind of the first, it's a direct sequel to 1 and 2, or a direct sequel to 1, but I think it's a direct sequel to 2.
It's 1 and 2. Yeah, it's 1 and 2 because they're siblings.
Well, yeah, but
it does write off Jamie, which I do kind of hate, but
he has no burns either, which is stupid. But I love the movie. I still love it.
Yeah. So my other one is this, because I can't let 1998 slip without talking about one of my favorite movies of all time, one of my favorite characters of all time. One of my favorite performances of all time. So I really honestly got to give 1998 solely to Blade.
Oh,
Blade is...
I forgot that was 98.
Blade is... I cannot describe how important this movie is to me in my life. 1998, I'm about to start senior year of high school. This movie comes out in August. I go see it. I'm into hip-hop. I'm into Wesley Snipes. I'm into comic books. I'm already a Blade fan because of the Spider-Man animated series and reading Night Stalkers. And seeing Wesley Snipes as Blade, that was the first time in my life that I saw a comic book movie that made me go, damn, bro, they can do this shit on screen. Right? Oh, and it's an action film, but it's horror. It's got scary moments. It's R-rated. It's up there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and Stephen Dorff as Deacon Frost is amazing. And I know that this may be a weird stretch. That's why I did the double feature. H2O is more of a straight up slasher film. And yeah, Blade 2 is better, James. But Blade is such a monumental moment in my life. That movie is so important to me. And Blade and H2O, my double feature for 98. There you go. And it's scary, bro. Those vampires are so scary. That blood rave, when that dude he's like, yeah, I'm getting laid tonight. No, bro, you getting bit tonight. You getting devoured tonight. Ugh. Visceral ass scary vampires that were also sexy, sleek, and cool. So there you go.
Heck yeah. My number 98, man. I've seen a lot of shout outs for this one too in the chat. Disturbing Behavior is a good one, Billy. I love that.
I love Disturbing Behavior, man.
I want to track down a copy because that's another hard one to get, especially the Scream Factory, like too much, like $60 to $100, if that, you know. But you can get a good DVD copy, I believe, for a decent price, $20 or something. But
it's a good movie.
I'm gonna go with, because I can watch this movie so much, The Faculty. I was always a huge Robert Rodriguez fan, just from Spy Kids. I loved Spy Kids as a kid, from Dusk Till Dawn, and The Faculty, and the H2O. We get the same kid. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. We get, what is it? And I love him, Josh Hartnett.
Josh Hartnett.
Yeah. I love Josh Hartnett in that.
Usher's in that movie, man.
Yeah, dude. We get some. It's just, The Faculty is just great, man. It's the Pods movie, and I have so much fun with it. Just all the kids are awesome, and then it's all about the kids going against the teachers, and who wouldn't, I always have so much fun with that.
And it's a great soundtrack, bro. The soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah, I couldn't pass up when there was a double feature for The Faculty and Phantoms. I couldn't pass it up because I was gonna get the Blu-ray for Faculty, but then Phantoms you can't find on Blu-ray anyway. So I was like, screw it, man. I'm just getting the DVD because I love both of those movies so much, man. And I believe Phantoms was 98 as well, if I'm not mistaken. But
yeah, I think it is. And if people always say, Ben Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms, and I always go, maybe. Nikki Cat was the bomb in Phantoms, 98 was actually, like we said, it was a tough year. We both have ties, basically. Dude, The Faculty's great, dude. I love that movie. I love Lane Stanley, the guy from Alice in Chains who passed away, right? Shortly after that. But they did that Class of 99 version of Pink Floyd's, Another Brick in the Wall. Like I said, that movie came out in 98 at the end of the year, right? And then, that was my graduation year, 98 to 99. And it just, bruh, I love that shit so much. What are you drinking? Vodka? What is that? Is that a water bong? He's like, it's just tea, bro. It's just water. It's just water, Robbie. Why are you always drinking and smoking on stream? Anyway, Robert Rodriguez does an amazing job with The Faculty. It's an amazing soundtrack. There's an Oasis song on that soundtrack called Stay Young. Dylan, when are we going to cover The Faculty? Holy crap. That's what we got to do soon. We got to do that soon. All right. Y'all have taken over. All right, y'all. It's time to talk about our favorite circus clowns. I like Bozo. I don't know if he... Go ahead.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. My bad, bro. But yeah, dude, Horror Man's dropping some knowledge in the chat, bro, and I appreciate that. But what are we? Are we at 99 now, dude? Dude, I know you're there. Come on.
All right, yeah, we're at 99. All right. 1999 was easy for me. There's a lot of good ones, but to me, 1999's pick is my favorite horror film of the 90s, and it's Audition. I'm going with Audition for 1999. What's his name? Takashi Miike or whatever. This movie, this was, you had Ringu and all that stuff, and it led to this American Renaissance. And I didn't discover Audition in 1999. I discovered it later on because you had all these American adaptations of Japanese horror films, right? The Ring and The Grudge, right? And then you learn about Audition. And so then I watched it. That movie is freaking creepy because it takes a creepy situation, this older dude, and it's a Japanese film. So this older Japanese dude, and he's like, is he divorced or his wife died? I think his wife died, right? So like, but he basically he's a bachelor at this point. You know, he's alone. He's a widower or whatever. And they basically hold this fake audition for a movie role, so that he can audition a new wife, right? And he goes after this young girl, and it turns out that she's fucking crazy. And she's like she just loves it, dude. This movie is so freaking twisted, so messed up, so just, it starts off and it's creepy in one way, and then it gets even more messed up in another way. I think it's the best horror film of the 90s, Audition. It's gory. It's very creepy. It's got the jump scares, but it also just builds this tension up. It is honestly the most different and unique. And if you want to lead into, like I said, you know, we obviously the 90s don't compare to the 70s or the 80s by far. And I said they don't even compare to the 2000s, because the 2000s had an era, a wave of horror that a lot of people call things like torture porn. But movies like Audition is what led to that, right? And it led to this new wave. So I think the best horror film of the 90s is the horror film that led to the next wave. And I think it's Audition by Miike. I absolutely love this film. Brilliant performances, very creepy. If you've never seen it, you have to watch Audition. There you go. Kitty, 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 kitty. Dude, and when the sack jumps up, I jump every time, bro. The timing, the pacing, everything is so deliberate and purposeful and pitch perfectly placed in this film, bro. It is a masterclass. It is like Alfred Hitchcock was reincarnated and made his first film in 1999 after years of experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's brilliant. It's amazing. You know, I'm a big fan of Miike's work. So Itchy the Killer, Imprint, you know, but like Audition, best horror movie of the 90s, best horror movie of 99.
It's a good one, no doubt. No doubt. I love that movie. It's so good. And the build up for it is so worth the payoff in the end. Yeah. Let me see.
Because it starts off creepy and you think it's creepy in a different way.
Yeah.
And then it gets fucked up in a completely other way.
Yeah, without a doubt. Oh, House on Hill, that's a good one. But yeah, 62. Yeah, I read Mountainhead, no doubt. There's no way I wasn't reading that, brother. But dude, you can't overlook Bats. I had like 4 on my 99, bro, and Bats was one of them. I took it off though, but I absolutely adore Bats.
I need to revisit that one, bro.
I had a double feature on this one, and I had picked Idle Hands, which I freaking adore, which I recently was able to pick up a Scream Factory copy, and I was struggling so hard watching it, bro.
Offspring's in that, man. Dexter gets his head chopped off there, or his top of his head. Yeah.
Seth Green, when they find out that Sawa is the killer, and or Devin Sawa is the killer, and he goes to call the cops, and Seth Green, he's like, I think my friend, he smoked some nutmeg or something.
Yeah, I love that movie.
It's so good. And my second one is, dude, I don't hear this one is criminally slept on. I feel like maybe it's not. Maybe maybe people do respect it, but I adore this one, bro. And I watched it so much growing up. Sleepy Hollow, the one with Johnny Depp, bro.
I don't really like that movie.
I love it, bro.
Christopher Walken, I like it. I mean, it's beautiful. It looks nice, but I just never been. Oh, and Christina Ricci. Yeah. Her and Johnny Depp and Christopher Walken are all dimes in that movie, bro.
The way that it should, like, the world in it too is just really well done. I almost want to say I don't think Tim Burton did that.
Yeah, he did.
Did he? I was gonna say, because if he didn't, it really feels like it.
If he didn't, someone ripped off his style.
Exactly. I just saw it. That's a good one that I watched as a kid too, because it wasn't really crazy, but I love the story in it, man. And I was always a huge Tim Burton fan growing up. But Idle Hands is a phenomenal one. So fun. just nothing but a good time. 90s goodness right there. And to end the year, I love it. Jessica Alba making her debut, brother. Like, oh my God, she's gorgeous. But yeah, man, I actually have the Sleepy Hollow figure, the Headless Horseman from that, and it has like a Christopher Walken head. But yeah, man, those are my picks, man. There was
I got an honorable mention then. 6th Sense.
Yeah,
I almost wanted to pick that, but I think Audition's better.
Don't count that though as horror.
It's a horror movie, man. It's one of the best ghost stories ever committed to film, outside of The Haunting and Poltergeist.
Horror. For some reason, I always look at that.
It's a horror film. What are you talking about?
It's a ghost story, bro. So
ghost stories are horror films.
Look, am I allowed to say that it's a horror, but I don't look at it as a horror? Jeez, I know it's a horror. I was just messing with you.
You say whatever you want, man. I don't care.
Let me see. It is. I know.
There's some great movies we talked about tonight, Dylan. You had a great list. You want to recap your list? You want to recap our list real quick?
Oh yeah, M. Night Shyamalan. Was that his first movie?
Yeah, the first one at least that got recognized. I guess maybe did a short film. Let's do a recap. My 1990 was Gremlins 2, 91 Cape Fear, 92 Army of Darkness, 93 Kronos, 94 New Nightmare, 95 Castle Freak, 96 Scream, 97 Scream 2, 98 Blade and Halloween H2O, and 99 Audition.
Oh yeah. All right. Mine is 1990 Child's Play 2, 91 Silence of the Lambs, 92 Army of Darkness, 93 Return of the Living Dead 3.
So hot.
94 The Crow. And I had The Crow and In the Mouth of Madness as a double feature. But 95 is Halloween 6, Curse of Michael Myers. 95. That's it. 95 is Halloween 6. 96 is Bad Moon and Scream. You cannot forget Scream, obviously. 97 is Wes Craven presents Wishmaster. I don't know why that's so weird to say.
Wes Craven, who's this Wishmaster?
Right. The 98, The Faculty, and 99 is Idle Hands and Sleepy Hollow.
Great movies.
Yes. So before we wrap up, because I gotta do my laundry and take freaking headache medicine, try to get some sleep. What do we got for show and tell, my brother? Dude, great list, by the way.
You too, brother. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that we both picked Army of Darkness for 92.
I know. And we did Scream, too.
Yeah, right? So, we're talking about...
That's an easy one,
It is, but it's too important to not
talk
about.
That you did Scream 1 and 2.
Bro, I looked at 97, I was like... Because I think that's what the year Event Horizon came out, too, maybe.
Yeah.
I thought about that one.
I thought you were going to go with that one.
But I had to do this. I mean, I think Scream 2 is the best horror sequel out there. So I think it's the Godfather 2 of horror movies. Let me think about that. Yeah. Well, Friday 13th Part 2 is really good too. Anyway, I got a Monstar figure. He's from Silverhawks. He's a monster. You get it? He's Monstar. And he's the first flip head I ever had. You ready for this? Bruh. What? Anyway. I got a couple new Blu-rays this week. I'm still waiting on some others, but I did get Escape from LA with the slip cover. I got the slip.
Scarpad got it and I didn't. You
didn't get the slip, bro?
I didn't get a slip.
I'm going to show this off every week. Anyway, I finally got a one-up on Dylan when it comes to horror movies.
Oh, I'm going to get the slip.
Okay, he's going to get it. I'll sell you mine. How much you willing to pay?
$3.
I got gifted this today from Mike.
Nice.
Yes, the Scream Factory My Bloody Valentine Steelbook unrated and rated edition. I love it, dude. This cover is beautiful. It's great.
I gotta start putting my PayPal so I can be like, get this movie for the review for me, guys, because it's starting to cost.
We just got to start pumping your Patreon, man. That's all.
Oh, I have.
All right.
Patreon.
I know. We got to start pumping it, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I just usually say just do PayPal because then they take fees.
You don't take the fee out in Patreon. Yeah.
Exactly, man. It's like so.
Yeah, it's a bigger fee. Super chats on YouTube, for instance, or there's like a 30%. They take 30%. Patreon takes a percentage.
Yeah.
But PayPal takes a smaller percentage.
Well, yeah.
I want to show this off.
That. Yeah, it's dude, I have that, but I don't have it signed.
Yeah, my homie Cam. So Doug Bradley came to a haunted house that's like an hour away from us a few years ago, and my buddy Cam went and got this for me signed, and that's the first issue. And this is actually a really cool series, by the way. So the very next night, I went personally and met Doug Bradley, and I got this signed.
That's so awesome, dude.
And I love that. I still got to get that framed. And then this is a really touching and personal story, but like Sam Fett, who is a big member of the PCP Army and the Dylanites, and he loves the horror show. He came up and visited me today. I've met him before. He lives like 3 hours away from me, and he comes up to my job, the comic shop, every so often. And he came up today, him and his wife, and they gave Brooke some stuff. They gave me some stuff. They said very positive things about you, Dylan, and PCP. And he gave me some cool stuff. A lot of stuff I'll show off next tomorrow night on Rockin' Robbie Live. But him and his wife had this commissioned for me. I'm pretty much a month ago, I lost my cat, Creamsicle, who was my son, and I love him so much. And when I got this, I went back inside and I burst into fucking tears. So Sam Fett and his wife, members of the PCP Army and members of the Dylanites crew, had this made for me. And what it is it is the Star Trek Next Generation cast. And obviously you see the Robbie there, but that's my cat Creamsicle right there.
That is awesome.
And when Sam gave this to me, Sammy said, I know you love Star Trek, and I know what it's like to lose a cat and how they're a member of the family, because Creamsicle was my son. And he said, I don't want you to ever think that he's gone. He's just on a new mission right now, waiting for you to show up. And bruh, it broke my heart, man. Like in a good way. You know what I'm saying? So Sam Fett, Station, thank you so much, PCP Army. Y'all are the best. And just once again, Creamsicle, you're the best, man. I miss the hell out of you, bro. Oh, and finally, we did My Bloody Valentine. They were drinking a lot of Moosehead beer. So Mike got me a Moosehead beer. So I'm going to drink it. So there you go. It's from My Bloody Valentine. And for Creamsicle, I tip my 40 to your memory. Anyway. That's shit-ass beer. I'll tell you that. It tastes like fucking Bud Light. It's like Southpaw Light. It's decent, I guess. It's like water beer, but it's good. It's fine. I was anticipating that. I almost picked Blair Witch for 99 too. If you notice, I did put Blair Witch in the intro. So anyway, that's my show and tell, bro. But I really just cannot mention how touching that was to receive that from Sam and his wife today, man. I love them so much.
I love them, man. I absolutely love them. Huge supporters of the channel and just huge supporters of everything we do, man. And they've and when times have been tough for myself as well, he's helped lift my spirits up, man. And I've tried to do the same for him as well when he's been in tough times, but he is a good guy, man. He's stands by his friends, and that's a good man right there.
He's family, brother. He's family. We're all part of this PCP Dylan family.
Yeah. He's got a good family, and I'm glad to bring them in to our family, and to be one big happy family. But yeah, man, that is a beautiful gift right there, man. Beautiful, man.
Yeah, and this beer's not too bad either.
So you were just joking about it being shit?
No, I guess I'm already enough into drinking that it tastes.
You're already drunk.
No, I'm not drunk. I'm buzzed, bro. Every time you see me, I'm buzzed. Just calm down,
dude. Did I show a Victor Crowley Blu-ray last week? I can't remember.
No, you talked about getting. What are you doing? Are you doing some weird gymnastics? What?
I had to step over the chair.
What are you, goddamn Commander Riker? You got to get out of your chair, weird. I don't. What are you doing?
Dude, I gotta step over my chair, bro. Literally. You don't understand?
I love it. I love it.
I'm 6'4", brother. Oh, nice. You completed the collection. I only think I have issue 1. That issue that you have, I think that's the only one I got. But I got Victor Crowley.
Nice.
Signed by Adam Green. Because I don't have the only horror things I had. I was so jealous of that you had those signed. My boy Jim sent me a Jason Funko signed by Kane Hodder, which I've showed before, but I was so happy to have this because this is probably my favorite. This is my favorite Hatchet movie.
Really?
I think
more than one? More than one?
I think they're very, very close, but I think I've watched this even more, man. And this came out in 2018. I just watched this so much, man. I just have so much because I love Dave Sheridan as well.
Yeah.
It's another thing. But it's hard to say. 1 and 4 are like very, very close, thick or neck and neck. Let me see. Oh, I got this, and this came with a slip.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah.
Bruh. Nice.
One of my favorites. I guarantee if you get it from Amazon, it'll come with a slip. I got it with the buy 2 get 1 free deal, so I got it pretty decent because it is, I think, like 25. So I got it for like 12.
Yeah, I want that one, bro.
Lawnmower Man.
Beautiful. That's why you were hounding me about Lawnmower Man for the last week. I was like, no, Dylan, it lost the poll. We're not doing Lawnmower Man. You're like, I thought we were doing Lawnmower Man. I was like, no, dude, it lost the poll. Well, we're doing Lawnmower Man at some point.
Yeah, we are now. Well, I love this. Yeah, dude. There's some great behind the scenes with Eli Roth and what he had to do to make this movie.
Nice.
For me, like, I know there's Cannibal Holocaust and stuff, and it's funny because
I've never seen that all the way through, bro.
Really, the village they made this in, because they had no idea what a movie was. Because there's real people from like Peru, a village of Peru. I think they made it in Peru or Chile. I don't know, but
Okay.
so they had to, and the movie they showed them was Cannibal Holocaust, and they were showing like little kids, and they thought it was funny. But Eli Roth's like, why would you show them that? And he's like, well, he's like, kind of gotta let them know because you're gonna be putting heads on spikes. You know what I'm saying? It's like they gotta kind of be prepared because they used real, like village people for this. But
yeah, there was the Native American, there was the naval guy, there was the biker. Yep. You said village people, bro. Get it?
Yeah. Oh, the biker. Bubba Hotep.
Nice. I don't have that, man.
I love this movie. Love it. So funny.
Don Coscarelli goodness, man.
Had to get that. I wish this came with a slip because I love both covers, but this one is my favorite. I love that yellow logo with the funhouse.
I did the Scream Factory order, by the way, for when for their sale last week, so I got some good ones. I got some good ones coming.
Dude, you took advantage of it?
I did. I did. And also I forgot to mention, but I did buy the In Search of Darkness 2. Yeah. So I got the digital version today or yesterday. Yeah. And I'm getting the other one in like a couple weeks, the physical one, but I haven't watched it yet, but I'm very pumped. So
dude, that's awesome. I didn't want to really badger you about the sale because I know you'd gotten that. So, but that's awesome to hear because I got a couple things myself.
Yeah, I put too much on my credit card. Let's just be honest, but it's okay.
There's 2 that they just released 2, and they're like 1,000 print run. They're only making 1,000 of them. There's a double feature, A Terror Within 1 and 2. Part 2 has R. Lee Hermie in it, and there's another one called Twice Dead, which I'm really excited because I grabbed them just because I was like 1,000. They're only doing 1,000 of them. I'm not trying to track them down when they're $100. You know what I'm saying? In a couple months. So,
because I really want the Slumber Party Massacre 2 and 3 set.
I know, and
so much.
That might have been one of those 1,000 print runs too.
I know, man, and they'll probably never do it again.
Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight.
Okay.
I love that.
Is that the one with Dennis Miller?
William Sadler and Billy Zane. This is the one with Dennis Miller. Bordello of Blood.
Bordello of Blood. Okay, there you go. So you got them both.
Yeah, I got them both.
Of course you do.
I have all the freaking Tales from the Crypt. I have the box set, so I was like, I gotta get them. I gotta get it. And honestly, I think I love Bordello of Blood. I love them both though. And I got Tales from the Dark Side coming, so that's basically that.
Like the series or the movie?
No, I have the series, the movie.
Nice.
Romero,
bruh. Romero.
Yes, sir. This just came today, and that's it for me.
Oh, Serpent in the Rainbow?
Yeah.
Another great Wes Craven film.
Yes, sir.
Bill Pullman, President Bill Pullman, by the way.
Yeah.
That movie's amazing. When they fucking nail his nuts to that chair. I don't know if there's a more horrifying moment.
I don't know. In a horror. For it's something. But yeah, I had to. This one's been like, dude, this one came out years and years ago from Scream Factory, and it was still so high priced. And there's a limited time deal, and it was like 20. So I was like, I'm getting it before it goes back up to.
You see, I thought I had a one up on you because I got the slip on Escape from LA, but you just blew me away. Like those are all movies I want, bro. So, God damn.
Sure.
Maybe I should sell all these Power Ranger toys and buy some fucking Scream Factories.
Yeah.
Who needs these Power Ranger toys? Or who needs them?
Right. Who needs them? So, dude, that's it. Anything you want to mention before we head up out of here, man? Great show and tell, dude. I absolutely love those Hellraiser ones, and I love that slipcover.
Well, thank you. And just pop culture philosophers. You guys know what's up. Weekly pop culture wrap up tomorrow, and tomorrow night I do want to mention this: 7 p.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Philosophers. Rock and Robbie Live returns after a 2-week break with a very special Teen Dog Shades night. Teen Dog Shades are right here. They are freaking ready. No, those are the regular glasses. Teen Dog Shades are right here. They are ready. And tomorrow night, I'm going to tell you why the government is lying to you about UFOs. So there you go. Teen Dog. The official.
I didn't know they'd say that.
Yeah, they're the official Teen Dog Shades. See? So.
Yeah, horror man. That's like the only time you're really guaranteed to get a slip is when you buy them when they first release. Yeah, that's what, I'm surprised.
That's why I'm getting that King Kong, man.
Yeah, me too.
King Kong with Jeff Bridges, man.
I got that one coming too. I'm so pumped. My mom loves that one. That's one of her favorites. But so they when I saw Scarp had got the slip for Escape to LA, I'm like, you got it, and then you got it. I'm like, how did I not get it?
Just got this from Amazon, man. They gave me a coupon, so I bought it.
I did too. I'm gonna have to try for another one because the one they sent me was a little messed up. So I was debating, I might send it back and try to get that slip. But if not, no biggie. It's only a slip. I do wish that I could have got it for the first one. If I am able to track one down for the second. But I love Escape from LA. It's so fun. Even though it was better than Bordello, but both, yeah. It's a better movie, but Bordello is really fun. Yeah, man, trying, but yeah, dude, I gotta do laundry and take another headache pill, bro.
Yeah,
killing me, dude. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Next week we will be deep diving into some Adam Green goodness, bro. And dude, as you guys can see from the last few weeks, I'm dumb excited, bro. This is one I've been waiting for, and I've been bugging the hell out of Robbie. Everyone was wanting to joke on me, and I'm just so glad that Robbie is actually liking,
I'm loving it. I'm a fan, dude. You turned me into an Adam Green fan. I'm so pumped for this show. And so everybody, you need to watch the Hatchet films. You got to watch Spiral and Frozen. You got to watch Chillerama. What's the other one?
Digging Up the Marrow.
Digging Up the Marrow and Holliston. Y'all, I'm telling you, Holliston is amazing. Watch it. It's on Shudder.
They're all on Amazon too.
Nice.
Chillerama, Digging Up the Marrow, Holliston is on Shudder, but all the other the Hatchet movies, Chillerama, Digging Up the Marrow, they're all And I don't know about Frozen though.
Frozen, I know, I think is on Hulu. Frozen's on Hulu. I don't know Spiral. I have to. My dude's looking for Spiral right now.
Yeah,
So.
the Spiral might be on Hulu as well. I'm not sure, but
I have to check.
I could be wrong, but yeah, they're definitely check out some of those this week, so you guys can join the fun next week, man. Same time, and dude, thank you guys for hanging out, and we'll see you next week.
Stay scary.
9 dudes.